Now, we have been facing through a situation of crisis. The educated people of India, a greater number of mass, have developed a sense of Western mindset as a descendant of Lord Macaulay. We see our nation as a mere geography, a sovereign country with population, industry, lands and hills only. But we do not feel our country a mother India. Truly we have lost the sense of our country as a mother, which Sri Aurobindo reminded us long ago. We have lost the feeling due to our false education system for a utilitarian purpose only, a mere economic being, a thinking animal, as Sri Aurobindo says. Therefore, in this situation of all-pervasive crisis of the nation as a whole, we must regain the true culture of India, the true values of India, as Sri Aurobindo reminded us long ago. We must think of the lost sense we have left long ago. Now we have to experience our country as a mother India. Therefore, Sri Aurobindo says here, for what is a nation? What is our mother country? It is not a piece of art, nor a figure of speech, nor a fiction of the mind. It is a mighty Shakti, composed of the Shaktis as Bhavani Mahishmurdini sprang into being from the Shakti of all the millions of gods assembled in one mass of force and welded into unity. Thereafter he says again, this great and ancient nation was once the fountain of human light, the apex of human civilization, the exemplar of courage and humanity, the perfection of good government and settled society, the mother of all religions, the teacher of all wisdom and philosophy. It has suffered much at the hands of inferior civilizations and more savage peoples. It has gone down into the shadow of night and tasted often of the bitterness of death. Its pride has been trampled into the dust, and its glory has departed. Hunger and misery and despair have become the masters of this fair soil, these noble hills, these ancient rivers, the cities whose life story goes back into prehistoric night. But do you think that therefore God has utterly abandoned us and given us up forever to be a more convenience for the West, the helots of its commerce and the feeders of its luxury and pride? We are still God's chosen people, and all our calamities have been but a discipline of suffering, because for the great mission before us, prosperity was not sufficient. adversity had also its training to test the glory of power, and beneficence and joy was not sufficient. The knowledge of weakness and torture and humiliation was also needed. It was not enough that we should be able to fulfill the role of the merciful sage and the beneficent king. We had also to experience in our own persons the feelings of the outcast and the slave. But now that lesson is learned, and the time for our resurgence is come, and no power shall stay that uprising, and no opposing interest shall deny us the right to live, to be ourselves, to set our seal once more upon the world. It was written before independence, but now after independence, it is aptly relevant for our national situation. So time has come for the resurgence of new India in the light and vision of Sri Aurobindo, the Agni Yuga Rishi, the future architect of new humanity, the supramental man in the coming of new age. Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.